So every year, about late October, early November, I slow down with fly fishing. I don't stop altogether. I like to go, especially when it snows, but I kind of slow down with fly fishing, and I focus on getting ready for the next year. I tie a lot of flies. I either replace or repair my gear for the year. I'll do a lot of research. But I remember last night as I'm tying flies, I started thinking about fishing and how you have to learn to expect the unexpected. And this is a principle that I learned a long time ago back when I was a cop. It's an important principle to learn as a cop because you never know what could happen at any given moment. You just don't. You have to learn how to expect the unexpected and roll the punches and move forward and adjust. And the same is true with fly fishing. Sometimes the biggest fish of the day is hiding in a spot that you would never expect. And sometimes the spot that you would expect to have all the fish actually is empty. And so, as a fly fisherman, as any fisherman, you kind of need to learn how to expect the unexpected. You need to learn how to be ready to set the hook at all times because you never know when you're going to get that unexpected bite. You have to learn how to expect the unexpected. And this isn't just true for law enforcement. It's not just true for fishing. It's really one of those things that's, you zoom out and it's true for all aspects of life. For example, I remember when my wife told me that we were pregnant with our first child. I was a 911 dispatcher at the time. I just came home from a long day of work. We lived in a tiny little 600 square foot apartment. It's tiny, but it's what we needed. But it's good memories. But I remember I came home from work and there was this gift bag on the table. And I didn't know why, but I opened it up and I remember the first thing that I pulled out was a bag of Flaming Hot Cheetos. And I was like, thanks, I like these, but I don't know why you felt the need to put them in a gift bag. But of course, she told me to hey, there's more, you idiot. You need to open it more. So I continued to open this gift. And the next thing that I pulled out was a pair of baby shoes. They're little hand knitted baby shoes that had a little bear's face on it, little bear ears, very cute. But I was like, why did you just give me a pair of baby shoes? It wasn't connecting the dots yet. And it's not until I pulled out a mug. It's actually one of the mugs back there. This mug said, "This guy is one awesome dad." And I finally connected the dots. Wait a second, we're doing that? You're telling me that we're pregnant? Is that what you're telling me? And I remember being in absolute shock. Just absolute shock. Because I wasn't ready for that yet. We had talked about having kids, but not anytime soon. I wasn't ready to be a dad yet. And what's funny is I expected some things about being a dad. I knew that I would lose a lot of sleep. I knew that I would change diapers and feed a baby and take care of this tiny little human who was entirely dependent upon me. I knew all that. But what I wasn't expecting, what I wasn't ready for, was the fact that being a dad is challenging. And just how challenging it would be, but at the same time, just how rewarding and fulfilling it is. And it's one of those things where you just kind of have to learn how to roll with the punches and adjust and move forward. Even today, we have a 5-year-old, a 3-year-old, and a 9-month-old. Even today, it's still just a game of learning how to adjust and learn how to move forward. That's all the life is. A great example of this in Scripture, now that it's Christmas time, is the story of Mary, the mother of Jesus. Mary and her, at the time, I guess her fiance, they were engaged. They were going to get married. We can get into the details of what marriage and engagement and betrothal looked like back then, but we won't for now. But that's where their life was headed. They were going to get married and probably settle down. He was going to be a carpenter. She's going to take care of the family and the babies and the house and all that stuff. And that's kind of where life was headed. And then a curveball was thrown into their life, and this angel Gabriel visited them. Gabriel visited Mary, and he told her that she's going to get pregnant. She's going to give birth to a baby. She's going to name him Jesus. And this baby of hers is going to be great. He's going to be called the Son of the Most High, and the Lord's going to give him the throne of David, and he's going to reign over the house of Jacob forever, and his kingdom will never end, and all this stuff like that. Think about hearing this news for the first time. That's crazy. That's crazy. I'm going to do what? I'm going to have a child, and what's going to happen? That's crazy. That's unexpected. And what's amazing to me is the fact that this is so unexpected, but Mary's response is still, "I am the Lord's servant. May it be done to me according to your will." This is one of those moments where I think Mary may have had some idea what was coming, but at the same idea, it was so much different and so much better and so much more painful and so much more real than anything she could have ever expected. Let me think about it. The angel told her exactly what was going to happen, but he didn't exactly tell her how it was going to happen. This news that was given to her was unexpected. And throughout the rest of Mary's motherhood, she would have been consistently learning how to roll with the punches, how to adjust, how to move forward, how to expect the unexpected. And that's life. You know, that's just life. Life is simply learning how to expect the unexpected. There's no telling what could happen in life. There's going to be times in life that are as joyous as anything you could possibly imagine. And there are times in life when things are just confusing and you don't really know how to make sense of anything. There's going to be times in life when darkness reigns supreme and it seems like your pain will never end. And there's times in life when you look back at it all and you finally realize, wait a second, it all makes sense now. But none of it was ever expected. You had to experience it as it happened, and you had to learn how to, again, adjust, roll with the punches, move forward. And the more I think about it, is there really anything in life that we can expect? Times change. Money comes and goes. Family members die. Family members are born. Jobs are lost. Promotions are gained. We never really know what's around the corner. And that can be a scary thing. But there's always one thing as Christians, there's always one thing that we can count on, and that's Jesus. There's always one thing that we can expect, and that's Jesus. Because at the end of the day, it's a fact that Jesus was put on a cross. He was put in a grave, and 3 days later he rose again. And what that means for us as Christians, as those who believe in Jesus, as those who have faith in him, is that when life seems chaotic and uncertain and hectic, we can find solid ground. We can find solid ground in the fact that Jesus is who he says he is, and that's God. So if that's you today, if this Christmas season things seem uncertain, things seem rocky, things seem just kind of unknown, rest assured, because Christmas has nothing to do with gifts, has nothing to do with Santa and the Christmas movies and the songs and the cookies. That's not what Christmas is about. Christmas is about the fact that Jesus came to earth as a tiny little human, that he is here to save the world, and that because he saved the world, we can rest our feet on solid ground. That's what Christmas is about. Life's all about learning to expect the unexpected. But with Jesus, there's at least that one thing that we can always count on. Tight lines.